Today, we are going to show you how to create and manage groups on your Alpha 200i. First, let's tap on the dog list in the upper right of the main menu. From the dog list, press the upper right menu choice to get to the Groups page. For our example today, we will have 3 of our own collars paired to the Alpha 200i. We will also have our friend's dog and his compatible handheld. We hunt with buddies sometimes, so we want to be able to track him and his dog when we are together. As we can see on the Groups page, by default, all our contacts are ungrouped. We're going to start by creating a group for our dogs. Select Create Group. Now we're going to name the group My Dogs, then select the check mark. You can now see that there's an empty group that has been added called My Dogs. Now let's create a second group for Buddy. Tap Create Group. We will name this one Buddy's Group. Again, press the check mark. Notice this group is empty as well. Now let's add our dog's collars to the My Dogs group we created. Start by tapping on the group name. Then add the collars you would like in the group. By hitting back, you have the option to delete the collars you've just added from the group. By tapping the back arrow again, you have the option to deactivate any of the collars you've added or deactivate the entire group. Finally, by hitting the back arrow for a third time, you will be taken back to the Groups page. The group My Dogs shows 3 active collars. Buddy's group is still empty. Ungrouped now shows 2 active since 3 of the 5 that were there are now in the My Dogs group. We can add Buddy's dog's collar the same way we did the My Dogs group. However, let's look at another way we can do this. Select the icon in the upper left to go back to the dog list. Here you will see a list of collars paired to our Alpha 200i. Now from the dog list, select the collar that belongs to Buddy. In the screen that comes up with the collar's information, you can see in the item labeled group that the collar is currently listed as ungrouped. We can select that box and have the option to move the collar to one of the groups we already created or create a new group. Now we're back on the dog info page for that collar and can see that the collar is now listed in Buddy's group. Next, we want to add Buddy's handheld to a group. We could add it to Buddy's group, but let's look at another option. From the dog list, select the contacts icon located in the middle of the upper menu bar. Here we can see the contacts and the other handhelds that we can track. By selecting Buddy's handheld, we can see that it is listed as ungrouped. Select Ungrouped. Now we can add it to a group we already have or create a new one. Let's create a new group and call it Contacts. Let's look at what we have now. From the dog list, select the icon for the group manager in the upper right of the menu bar. We can now see all of our groups and that all of our paired devices are assigned to a group. The ungrouped shows that it is empty. If we turn any of the devices off, we'll see that the information on the group page changes the number of active devices in the group. Now let's say that Buddy isn't hunting with us today, so we will not need to track his dog or handheld. To deactivate Buddy's dog, select Buddy's group, then deactivate group. If we're not hunting with our friends, we can also turn off the contacts group. To do this, select Contacts, then select Deactivate Group. We can also turn off some of our own dog's collars. Select the dog list icon in the upper left. From the dog list, choose a collar and change the active slider to off. The icon will turn gray to show that it is off. Let's do that again for another dog collar. Choose a dog collar and change the active slider to off. Now if we select the Group Manager icon in the upper right, we can see that in the My Dogs list, only one of the 3 are active. To reactivate the collars, select the My Dogs group to reactivate each dog. This is helpful if you have multiple lists of dogs for friends you hunt with, especially if it is not at the same time. The ability to do this is also important because the Alpha 200i can track 20 contacts at once. However, unlike previous versions, you won't have to delete contacts to add others when you're at the maximum of 20. And that's it. Thanks for watching. For more help, please visit support.garmin.com.